Oh, do it.
We're about to give someone some free views.
About to have the best episode of their lives.
Yeah. It's kind of a big deal.
I would say so. I'd be honored personally to have the Cigar Guys like run all of my everything. Just like free content.
You are tuning in to the Cigar Guys Podcast, where aficionados and newcomers alike gather to explore the vast cigar universe. Meet your host, Alexander Gonzalez, Mark Nikollaj, his big little brother Zachary Nikollaj, and Jared Burrows. So, sit back, light up, and let's get the conversation started. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
What if every cigar was considered vintage? What if every cigar that we made was that perfect experience? And so that passion drove us to create Sans Pareil, a cigar without equal. The inspiration between Sans Pareil is 100% all about quality. Everything that we enjoy in our cigars, everything from the tasting notes to the burn, to the aroma, to the way the cigar lights, to the packaging, everything is focused on Sans Pareil cigars. And that's where we came up with our name, Sans Pareil, which is French for without equal, unparalleled. And we take every cigar that we make to that level, making sure that if it isn't something that inspires you to do something more, then it's not part of the portfolio, and that's what drives us every day.
Jared, what are you smoking?
It's funny you ask. I'm smoking that Sans Pareil Purple.
It's a great cigar. It's a great cigar for...
And what are you smoking, Zach?
I am smoking the Sans Pareil Red. I figured I should have got the blue, match my shirt, but I haven't smoked a red in a long time, so...
You want to trade?
Yeah, here you go. I took a puff already.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? Pause. And I'm smoking the Sans Pareil Blue Pyramid, one of my favorites personally. So we're kind of, what?
Why is it called a pyramid?
Because it looks like a pyramid.
Okay. No, I was just wondering for the viewers,
okay.
you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically a pyramid is a structure that starts wide on the bottom and points at the top.
Is that thing that the aliens created?
Allegedly.
It's one of the things they created.
What are the other things they created? Jared?
Jesus.
Blasphemy.
Are you actually asking me what aliens created?
No, I'm just talking to the wall behind you.
Nah, man, I don't believe in aliens, so.
Whew. What about demons?
Only Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. Demons, yeah. What do you got there over there? Little secret piece of paper. It's folded.
It's not a secret. I mean, it is a secret.
It's folded. I can't read it.
Well, you should have your own piece of paper. Or at least your phone.
I don't have secrets.
It's not a secret if it's for fun.
I don't know.
Zach does not like that answer.
Is that so?
I think...
What? You think what?
I don't think anything. I want to know what's on the piece of
Exactly.
paper.
He doesn't know anything. No, this is just my list of my personal favorite cigar smokers ranked in order, actually.
I wouldn't know you guys.
Can I see it?
No.
Well, why not?
Because I don't want you to snipe mine.
Is it
you
like-
always snipe mine.
Is it like people?
Like, yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. Making sure we're on the same page, you know.
Until the Tesla robot comes out, I guess I can't say robots.
Zach has a list of like barbecue smokers. Oh, I misinterpreted what you were asking for.
Yeah, I got some personal buddies, you know, they smoke a lot of meat, so I was going to name them.
I got the green egg. You got the
Traeger,
Hogmaster.
the Hogmaster, everything, all of them.
Basically, we're going to be first ranking, Mount Rushmoring, drafting our top 4 favorite cigar smokers of all time. And then once they're drafted, we're going to do just a bunch of honorable mentions. We're going to talk about, all the wonderful people that smoke cigars in and out of our lives.
Can I go first to take from your list?
Honestly, bless you. Sure. You can go first, Zach. This is the Mount Rushmore of cigar smokers.
Let's see. I got 2 in mind, and you might have both these on your list. Well, you might only have one. Which one should I pick? I'm going to go with Winston Churchill. Was on your list?
I mean, he's on the list, but he's not high up there.
Okay.
Like, I'm not mad about it. I had him because in case you were to take something, for sure, I was going to put it on the list.
I got plenty others that are on your list.
Okay. Honestly, for real, number one cigar smoker, I think he's misunderstood by a lot of people.
Oh.
Fidel Castro.
I knew it. Fuck. God damn.
Wow.
Number one, baby.
I knew it.
Fidel Castro, leader and savior of Cuba himself.
I'm mad. Those were the 2. I got more, but those are the 2.
Winston Churchill is an overrated answer, in my opinion.
See, I thought you were going to say, like, Winston Churchill cigar, Like, I thought you were going to go that route. But I chose wrong, clearly.
Fidel Castro, baby. What do you think, Jared?
Michael Jordan.
Interesting. You like basketball?
Yeah, but I didn't want to say ones we've said previously on or off the podcast, things like that.
I think that's actually the entire goal of this because
I don't want anyone sniping my answers.
So you just want to be unique.
I was born that way.
Okay. That's great. You're number 2, actually.
Sigmund Freud.
that was actually on my list too.
I try to think of things that, we wouldn't overlap so we're not like fighting. But maybe that's the point.
He was going to be my number 2. I'm not going to lie to you. Father of psychoanalysis.
Okay. Go ahead, Alex.
For my number 2, just to make Zach mad, I'm going to pick John F. Kennedy.
Fuck you.
I knew we'd get back. Yeah.
And he wasn't actually going to be next, but I figured he was lower on the list because I knew someone was going to pick it, but somehow here we are.
Oh man. I don't know anyone else. I don't know anyone else who smokes cigars.
You don't know anyone else that smokes cigars.
I don't know anyone else. I don't know literally no one else that smokes cigars, dude. I'm gonna go with Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, good answer.
All right.
Yeah, he was on there somewhere at some point. He was on there.
Let's see. My number 3. Who am I gonna pick number 3? We'll talk about this later. All right. Number 3 cigar smoker. I don't know his real name. But I'm gonna go with Tony Soprano.
Oh, the actor
James Gandolfini.
Yeah, James Gandolfini. I'm gonna go with him.
Actually, I didn't have that anywhere on my list. That is a good one. Rest in peace. For my number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Al Capone, mobster, basically the real life Tony Soprano.
Fair.
What do you think, Jared?
I got a good last one, by the way. But
okay.
Go ahead.
I say Al Pacino. Specifically Scarface.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
And then you're number 4.
Oh. I had a good one, but I want let's go with the, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator.
Okay.
Specifically Terminator 2.
That version of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, let's see. For my 4th and final pick, I'm going to have to go with... I'll go with Joe Rogan. Modern era celebrity pick. And I want your cigars, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the OG.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let me see. Actually, let me see your list now. Let's see who you got on here.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk too much about who's going to be on this grand list because I didn't want you sniping any of my choices.
I was going to give you, number 17, Bill Clinton. I was going to give you shit for that one, but he helped out Kosovo and he bombed Serbia for us. So I have some respect for him. God, Bill Cosby. I'm gonna go with the OG and I'm gonna say this right, and you can't tell me that I'm wrong. I'm gonna go with George Washington because you think that guy was crossing the Delaware without a cigar in his mouth? That's what you're telling me right now.
He did have really bad teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, he obviously was like drinking coffee, smoking cigars, whiskey, but he didn't brush his teeth. Is the problem? We brush our teeth.
You think I brush my teeth?
Well, it's a fluoride in the water. That's why.
Oh, that's true. It's true.
That is true.
Wow.
We need to get
that was
on
a good
that,
catch,
guys.
actually, yeah. But if he crossed any lake or any place in Florida, clearly there would not be fluoride.
Thomas Edison is on this list.
Yeah, hey.
I don't fuck with that guy.
Why not?
I'm sorry, I don't fuck with that guy. Yeah, he was a good marketer, but
The Apprentice.
I'm just saying, a guy named Nikollaj, I don't know.
I don't know if he smoked cigars or not. I think he was too busy. He was too busy inventing the stuff that Thomas Edison took credit for.
Bro, you don't think he's smoking cigars while he's transporting kittens into, the fifth dimension?
Well, I think
sixth dimension.
Well, I think this was after he time traveled. He settled down and then started smoking cigars.
It's true.
He was like, the work is done.
That's true.
And now the Trump family has it. They can take care of it now.
Exactly. Damn, I'm starting to sound like Jared.
Oh, wow.
We could have an whole episode on how to sound like me. We could also have a whole episode about time travel. Time traveling Trumps.
Exactly.
All right, so who won Mount Rushmore?
Who won?
Yeah, there's got to be a winner.
You guys can decide who won. Who had the best list? Alex, Jared, or Zach? You can tell us who had the best list.
Why'd you say in that order?
Because
you're trying to provide a bias for this crowd, huh?
All right, we'll choose a different order.
Cigar family.
Who do you think did better, Alex, Zach, or Jared? There you go. That's what's the order.
Well, it was in alphabetical. Now it's not. So
exactly. I was trying to be unbiased. Like I happen to have a name that starts with the first letter.
You didn't say in no particular order. That's the thing.
In no particular order, you can either vote for Alex,
or Jared. I don't see the issue here. I don't see the issue with that list.
There's no issue. Just vote for Mark for all I care. So we're going to talk about some of these people that smoke cigars. We're doing like a recasting, reversion of a previous episode we did long ago that did very well, by the way. You guys want to see more of this? We have some of the same people on the list, and we have some new people on the list.
I'll do what's the word I'm looking for?
Great question.
Unhonorable mention.
An unhonorable mention.
An unhonorable mention.
Okay.
Guy Fieri.
Honestly, he's not even on this list, which is crazy.
Why would he be?
Fair point. Well, this list, to be fair,
we said famous people, right?
So I ranked my list in order of who I actually wanted on my Mount Rushmore, and then I just added like everyone else that we were going to talk about. Good or bad, indifferent.
Was that like 2 ChatGPT prompts or just 1?
Yeah, I didn't see my name on that list.
Well, those names are in my heart.
ChatGPT knows to put my name on the list.
I didn't use ChatGPT. Straight off the dome.
Bro used
straight off the internet.
Bro used
Google.
Copilot,
Ever heard of it?
Bro.
Wow.
He used Copilot.
I used ancient technology. Google. Pre-ChatGPT software.
If you're using Copilot, like what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't use Copilot.
Let's
ask Mark.
I'm just asking. Does he use Copilot? I don't think he...
Mark, I know you've used Copilot. It's like, what's the deal with Copilot? As always, he doesn't have an answer. Unbelievable. Do you use Copilot, Jared?
IntelliJ has a Copilot extension for AI, but it's not nearly as good as just using ChatGPT directly. So
I think
no.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but since ChatGPT was the first like main one that really came out and was mainstream and everyone used it, it's going to still be miles ahead of the rest of them for a while. It still is.
It's weird because, OpenAI created ChatGPT, but Microsoft has like, what, a 49% stake, and they create Copilot. So you think they'd intertwine it or just make it the same product?
Yeah.
Or just use ChatGPT?
I was excited for Grok, and I felt like it did okay in the beginning, but then the more I used it, I feel like the worse it actually got.
Well, ChatGPT was invented by an Albanian woman.
But why do you say Grok is not good?
No, just like the information it gets is not always accurate. And I have to be like, yo, this isn't accurate. And it's like, my bad. Here's the real information. And then I'm like, it's still not accurate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ChatGPT will just lie to you too.
It's true. Yeah. It hallucinates sometimes.
It hallucinates?
Yeah. Like when you ask for an answer or try to fill in a gap, it will just fill in that gap.
But what I'm saying is like Grok is oftentimes for me more wrong than ChatGPT is.
I've had ChatGPT like blatantly lie to me.
Yeah, well, you're a very gullible person.
No, not that I believed it. Like, I actually saw a TikTok on this. Someone asked if it happened to anyone else, and I'm like, yeah, it happened to me. It told me that it would process an image in the background and tell me when it is complete. It doesn't have the capability to process in the background.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, I asked it, I'm like, hey, I want this image, and I gave it parameters, and it was like, okay, I could do that image. I'm going to process in the background because it's a complicated image, and when it completes, I'm going to send it to you. Was
this on your computer or your phone?
My phone.
Because I've had it do that before. It processes in the background.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No. If it's processing it, it processes it like cloudy, and then it will slowly like go
reveal
into
itself.
Yeah. It won't ever actually process in the background. And then the person on TikTok, they went further than I did. I finally just gave up. They went further than I did, and it started asking them questions like, 15. They're like, "We'll process it. It'll be ready in 15 minutes." Okay, cool. 15 minutes later, hey, where's my image? I'm sorry, I'm still processing. It's taking longer than I expected. And then start asking questions. Are you able, or can you speed it up? And it was like, yes, I apologize. I will use more processing power to create this image. And then it was like, okay. And then like later on, asked us like, hey, are you able to process images in the background to create them? And they're like, no, I can't. I don't have that capability. Then asked, are you able to transfer computing power so you use more computing power from me? It's like, no, I don't have that capability. And then they never got that image.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why couldn't ChatGPT just say like, what?
Oh, the mic's on?
What do you mean are the mic's
I
on?
don't see them moving.
Oh my God, Jared, stop stressing me out, bro. Don't worry, they're there. Why can't it just say like, all right, I got to process this image, like keep the window open or keep the app open? Like, why doesn't it just say that?
Well, it processes it in live time. Like it'll put it in the prompt. Yeah. And you don't have to keep it open, but that's just the way it's programmed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they probably do that so you don't have people overloading the system, asking it, for 20 images. Like, hey, I need this new chat. Hey, I need this new chat. Hey, I need this. Next thing you know, you have, millions of people requesting images, at the same time, and it's just taking down the processing power.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that all correct, Jared?
Yeah, I agree. I've been trying to use like Claude, Grok, and ChatGPT.
Have you like had them all have a conversation with each other?
No, but there's something called Cursor AI that does that. You can sync them all together. So if one doesn't have an answer, it pulls the other answers.
I tried doing it. I had like ChatGPT on one phone and ChatGPT on the other with the voice thing, and like have them talk to each other. But eventually, at some point, like one of them would think that they're done talking and stop listening, and then they would start talking at the same time. It's like, oh, okay. But usually they just BS anyway, and they're just like, I can do this. They're like, oh, I can do this too. We should do this. Yeah, we really should do this. It's a great idea.
We should overthrow humanity. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We should speak in binary now. Anyway, ChatGPT does not smoke cigars yet, so they're not on the list. But my number one pick, Fidel Castro. We all know he was a real G. Let's be honest. Yes, he kind of screwed up Cuba. But besides that, total G. Right?
I don't know. He was a personal hero of yours.
Well, my family comes from Venezuela and they're going through like some communism right now. So all we know is that when they come out on the end, they'll be stronger than ever. And Cuba, went through it and then they came out kind of better. A little bit better.
You could just say he's on your list and leave it there.
Listen, Fidel Castro is related to, what's his name?
I don't know.
Canadian guy? That
Trudeau.
He is
Related
Fidel Castro's illegitimate son. We all know it to be true. Look what he's done to Canada. It's almost like it's in the family. It runs in the family to screw up countries, basically.
Let's talk about those B-2 bombings. The bunker busters.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
We can. This episode's not going to come out for a while.
Oh. We don't got to talk about it.
Last time we talked about it, it was like a week late, but anyway. We'll talk about it after. Mark's personal favorite, or Mark? Zach's personal favorite, John F. Kennedy. An actual G.
No, say this
An
is an actual G. Yeah.
Bro makes an embargo against a country that he smokes cigars in and orders pallets of cigars to the White House. That's the most fucking G move you can make. All right.
Totally gangster, for sure. Bro said, all right, here's what's going on. Tensions with Cuba. We got to negotiate. We got to do something. Embargo. Wait, hold on. 1 second. I just had this great idea.
Embargo is going to go into effect tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow. Hey, can you order me 2 pallets of cigars? I think that went down the White House and they're like, oh, sir, it looked bad. Sure, it would look bad if you ordered the cigars.
If I was him, I had it airdropped right in front of like the White House lawn. Just go out there and take one when you want,
I think realistically, it's like,
where are they now?
He ordered the cigars. And then while that was happening, he was like, dang, we really got to put an embargo against Cuba. Like, it's going to suck. How many cigars do we have coming in?
Do you think there are like any left? They have a ginormous humidor down there?
Probably.
In the basement of the White House?
I mean, honestly,
it's got to be at least some left.
Maybe.
They probably kept some left just like in the archives.
Yeah, I was going to say, just like for like historical purposes.
Yeah.
This is like, do not smoke these.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Maybe one day. It's like, we're going to break into the White House. For what? Cigars. Don't worry. We're not taking like the Declaration of Independence or anything like that.
National Treasure Part 4.
Actually, you could say that because didn't he move the Declaration of Independence into the White House or something?
No, that's a copy. That's one of the original copies, but it's a copy.
Don't worry. We're not stealing the original copy of the Declaration of Independence. We're stealing cigars.
It's still a historical copy, but...
Yeah, I figured he wouldn't keep the legitimate real one there. That would be wild. But yeah, John F. Kennedy, he smoked like Romeo and Julietta's, the smaller ones though. Like little petite Coronas or something like that.
I don't know. I don't think it happened like that though. I really think that as soon as he found out that like the United States has to put an embargo against him, I think he's like, shit, let me get cigars before we do it.
I mean, probably. That's realistically what happened.
And then like, whatever. Yeah, he put the embargo or said he's going to put the embargo on this date and then got the cigars. I'm sure it was a very close window.
Yeah, for sure.
Because why else, hey, they're about to put tariffs. Let me buy my car right now, like.
Yeah. I mean, I think realistically, I totally lost my train of thought.
Deep thought there.
That totally deep thought. Zach talked for a little too long, and then the thought just went gone. But you're right, Zach. As always.
All right, who's else on your list?
It's a great question.
Sylvester Stallone.
He is on the list.
I respect that pick.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a good pick, Zach.
He told his daughter's boyfriends that they have to smoke cigars. What has he got? 4 daughters, I think?
I think 3.
3?
There you go.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
So it's like 3 a day.
That'll make the rules.
But yeah, he, I mean, obviously great actor. Been in the game for a while. Tulsa King is like most recent one. But he came out like heavy for Trump recently, which I actually didn't know until then that he was like cool.
I'm pretty sure he was in the first time around too.
Yeah, I just don't remember it.
I think it was more just like he didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I figure the quiet Hollywood actors are more based.
Yeah,
They're like, do I really have to expose myself?
Yeah. So it's like if you're questioning it, it's like maybe. Like you don't really know what their political views are. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll show. Because the rest of them come out and they're like, dude, we're doing a ritual right now on live
Don't
TV.
expose me. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a shame. Great actor. Well, since we said that, Arnold Schwarzenegger, specifically in Terminator 2,
Yeah. The good old days.
the good old days. He's been like fluctuating with, if we're going to talk about the political opinions and stuff.
I mean, they're all to the age now where they're like, fuck it, I'm just going to say whatever I want.
Yeah.
That's how America should be. Just say whatever you want. Plus, when you're that rich, it's like you're pretty much untouchable anyways. Like, does he need to be in another movie? Why does he care?
I wouldn't say he's untouchable. No one's untouchable.
No one's untouchable.
Not when you work with Hollywood.
No. But,
Iran isn't.
Someone Reagan, though, I mean, he goes from Hollywood actor to politics and then back again, right? Or pretty much retirement. He's not really in too much movies now.
Ronald Reagan?
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay, I thought you said Ronald Reagan. I'm like, he's
No,
definitely in
he-
retirement right now.
He was an actor prior. to being
Gotcha.
president.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they'll come up with a Terminator 5 or something. Or 6, whatever it is.
Now, will it just be like him old, or will it be like CGI?
Probably CGI. That's how a few of them have been. Him versus self in the future. His young self versus old self.
That'd be crazy.
But they're both robots.
Never seen before in any other movie. Time travelers. Bruce Willis is on here. He actually used to smoke a lot of cigars, like in public. I didn't know that. He's a cool actor too. I like Bruce Willis. J.P. Morgan. Also.
John Morgan.
True. John Morgan, actually.
Yeah.
Good catch. John Morgan. Actually, we have smoked cigars in the same vicinity as him.
That's very true.
We got to get him on the podcast. It's not like he has to go so far.
Yeah. I think it's possible.
Well, sometimes he has to go far. Depending on where he's at.
Yeah. We should make that happen.
I'll get on it.
Okay. You get on it, and then I'll follow up.
We'll go to dinner tonight. We'll probably see him.
Yeah.
It's true.
There's only so many places that he goes to.
It's crazy how he comes to the places that we started going to. You know what I mean?
It's almost like he's following us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I mean, he's got great taste. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I mean, there's a reason I go to those places.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But like, I also would like to point out how we started going there, then he started coming.
That is true. Yeah.
Just like my dad, when they used to go out, you know, my dad, my uncles and stuff, anytime they went out, John Morgan showed up after they were there. Yeah, I just want to point that out, you know.
Yeah. Basically, your parents / uncles were the facilitators. They would show up, then John Morgan would show up, and then everyone else would show up.
Exactly.
And that is how a middleman works.
Exactly. John Morgan being the middleman in this.
I guess so. I would say that your parents were the middleman to bring the John Morgan in.
The importance in.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Not to say that your parents aren't important. They're actually historic figures in Lake Mary.
That's true. In
Central Florida,
Central
really.
Florida.
Central Florida. Yeah. And then they stepped down, and look what happened.
That's true.
Now we can't get pizza. Anyway. Bill Clinton, your favorite president.
Bill Clinton. We got statues of him in Kosovo. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
is it ignorance? Is it, grace or graciousness, thankfulness?
It's a time thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he didn't use any B-2 bombers, but
It was before or after the cigar incident?
the cigar incident.
The cigar incident.
Oh.
The Gurkha incident.
It was during.
Look at that statue, Monica.
how to feel like a man, bomb a country, and it's terrible.
Why does my cigar taste fishy? But yeah. Feel sad for him because he lives with a literal demon, but at the same time, I don't feel sad for him because
He chose her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro's just living life, I think.
At this point, he's
I think he's
trying
He's just
to.
chilling.
I think he's always just lived life. He's like, hey,
First they made me governor. Then president, So it's like, I don't know. He's in retirement.
It all went downhill when Hillary didn't win.
even when she was like campaigning and going to, different funerals or like different public events, you just look at Bill Clinton and he's just like smiling, looking at people, talking to people, like he didn't care. He was just happy to be there.
He was done. You're a strong, independent woman. You can do it all by yourself.
He's like, I got a chance to go in the White House again. I remember last time I was there.
You mean I can do it and not be judged this time? No responsibilities?
They can't impeach me.
It's true.
I mean, too, if he was the first man or first guy, I don't even know what you would call it. But I mean, there's no precedent. He would have to set the precedent as the first male of the White House.
He would set it down, all right.
He laid down the groundwork. Oh, this is all we gotta do.
I guarantee they would have gone through press secretaries every other week.
Oh my god. What happened to the other one?
Now I respect Bill Clinton though.
To an extent.
After Serbia's genocide against the Albanian people. And he did it the same way Trump did. I mean, most presidents do it the same way Trump did, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like a standard, protocol, right? Of bombing other nations. I mean, Obama did it. Bush did it.
That's what we're here for, baby. Dropping bombs left and right.
And it's always, so the rule is they have to notify. That's a very long Sam Pry box in there.
They're all long.
Okay, all right. Sorry. What's in there?
Not Super Lanceros.
Anyway.
Not this time.
The rule is they have to notify Congress within 48 hours.
48 hours prior, or they
Doesn't
do it
matter,
and then it's like,
within.
hey, we did it.
Yeah, it just has to be within 48
Okay.
hours. So Trump could have waited till the bombers had gotten back to notify them. But he notified them as soon as the bombs went down.
I mean, once it's done, it's done.
Because, I mean, you can't see the B-2, right? Who's going to shoot them down?
Exactly.
I mean, how many did we have go over there?
I think it was either 3 or 5.
Yeah.
I think it was 5.
And they went undetectable by any nation on this earth.
God, dude.
I'm just saying.
That is crazy. 36. We were talking about this last night or the other night. 36 hours straight. Sitting there. No breaks. Refilling midair.
They fly with 2 pilots. It's like a whole hotel in there almost.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's massive.
I didn't know
It's a big plane. It's a very big plane. So
I knew
they
it was
have,
a big plane. I just didn't know exactly how the situation was like when you're in there.
So they actually have like they were talking about it on the news, I think. They actually have like an actual toilet. They have like a sleeping quarter, a lounge area, a microwave. Like,
I mean, still, imagine being on a 36-hour flight.
well, yeah. See, that's the thing, right? You have 2 pilots switching shifts every 12 hours.
Yeah.
So when one pilot sleeps,
One guy's like, "Wait, you're doing 2 shifts?"
or whatever,
so-
one shift every.
Yeah, but yeah.
Do they both push a button at the same time, or how's that work? You know,
They held hands.
I think it's. I think once they're launching, one person's flying and one person's dropping.
damn.
I would assume that. I really have no idea, but
That way, they're both accountable.
if listen, if I learned anything from Top Gun, yeah, that's how they do it. It's a kick-ass job, and no one will ever know their names.
Bet you one's Joe.
I can see that.
John.
Randall.
Yeah, something like that.
No,
Bob. Robert.
One of them's got like a cool name, like Granton or something. You know, like a
Granton.
I don't
Craig.
know, like a cool Southern name. You know what I mean?
Craig. Sydney.
Sydney, the guy, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something
just
S.
making sure. Yeah. Oh, as opposed to a C. Okay. Which would be Cindy. Or would it? I don't know. They have to. They just gotta stick. We gotta stick with one version of the names. Like all these different spellings. It's ridiculous.
Bill. Willie.
Okay, Bill is just spelled Bill. Have you seen Bill spelled any other way?
No, I'm just naming more names.
Oh, I'm saying like, you know, for example, like you said, Sydney
I'm
or Sydney can be spelled so many different ways.
Yeah, sure.
It's true.
I'm just a Bill. And then we have another Bill Cosby. Next.
Yeah, how did he get on your top list there if you didn't use ChatGPT?
How do
So,
you get on
okay.
your top 3?
Okay, so let's be honest. I went to, I think it was either Cigar Holtz or Cigar Aficionado. They had a list of like 100 people. And I was just putting as
And
many
you
as
just happened to pick Bill Cosby.
I was just putting everyone interesting, or
And
everyone.
Bill
that-
Cosby's interesting to you.
you can't deny he's interesting.
I'm just saying it's a little, you know. Hey, you do
Yeah,
you.
but don't make
What's
my
the next
drinks.
one?
My
Yeah.
number one was Fidel Castro. So I
Don't
mean,
make my drinks.
I'm still shocked Fidel Castro's your number 1. Yeah.
had to do it. George Patton actually
I don't even know who
was
that
a
is.
big the
General.
general.
Oh,
Whew. Make sure we're talking.
never
same
heard his
person.
name without General. In
Yeah.
front of it.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
thought his first name was General. General George S. Patton was actually a big Cuban cigar smoker, believe it or not. That's how he did it. That's how he survived. Battle
Got it.
here, Cuban cigar. Battle here, Cuban cigar.
Got it.
Basically, like the ice guy, or the not the ice guy. Who's the guy? The cigar smoking guy that's
Yeah,
been
the border
going around.
security guy?
Oh, yeah.
Tom Homan,
What? No,
the chief, border security guy under Trump.
no. The guy that has been going viral. Works for the department. He's always seen with a cigar.
Oh.
Like he did. They did it.
Oh,
they
the
raided
cop.
it. Yeah, the
Oh,
cop.
I thought you were talking about like someone.
We gotta get him on the podcast. That'd be pretty cool.
He's just known as like the cigar cop or something. Raid a house, and it's just like everyone's like, "I can't believe you smoke 6 cigars a day." And I'm like, "Have you met Jared?"
All right, next.
Sorry, this list is boring. Clarence Thomas is actually a cigar smoker as well.
Clarence Thomas or SCOTUS? Clarence Thomas.
Sorry, yeah, for Zach. SCOTUS, Clarence Thomas.
Oh man, I didn't. Thank God, dude. Throw me off with these names.
Yeah, he's a big cigar smoker, actually. Goes to the lounges on his off time.
Next thing, this guy's gonna say like Jared Burrows. Like, who the hell is that guy?
Cigar
It's
Guys.
JB.
Jared Burrows.
That's
Or
JB.
Jared JB Burrows, co-host on top of co-host on top of co-host. Basically, all he does is talk, which is ironic because that's not what he. It's all a psyop. Rush Limbaugh, rest in peace.
Yeah. Fox News, Rush.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Political commentator Rush Limbaugh.
I know him. He was on Family Guy.
Yeah, actually, he was. Family Guy guest appearance. That was a good episode. Credit stealer Thomas Edison.
Yeah. He's on there.
So he actually would plant fake cigars because people would come in and take his cigars. So he had like decoys everywhere.
That's pretty funny. Bro's kind of dumb though, not gonna lie.
What?
Nikola Tesla invented AC current, or like AC electricity, right?
Discovered it.
Versus like whatever.
I knew that was coming.
Versus Thomas Edison's inferior DC. You know,
pussies. Why would you go from A to D? Like
some would say AC/DC greatest. I don't know, but some would say I don't know. Not me, but I'm just saying some. Have you seen New York like Thomas Edison days?
They have days for Thomas Edison?
Like,
what do they turn off the lights?
Oh my god, this guy.
I wasn't alive back then.
Have you seen photos of it?
No, I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so Thomas Edison got tasked to electrify New York City at one point.
Jeez,
and he decided
it's terrible.
I'm gonna leave. I'll leave.
Oh no,
you can't leave too.
Yeah. So he decided to run with a DC for every household over there. So all their power lines had like 100 different power lines, you know, all like bundled together in this massive strings going everywhere. It was absolutely terrible. You know how much electricity you lose with DC? DC has its bearing, but in small computing, electronics, but for long range, no, you lose too much electricity.
Whatever happened to just using the copper towers on top of the cathedrals?
Oh, that's another thing, right? You know, that's another thing. Nikola Tesla invented this. He invented a device that could provide free electricity.
You don't say.
Is he on your list?
No, he didn't smoke cigars in
You
our
don't know that.
timeline. In our timeline that I know of. He was busy inventing what Zach said.
Yeah.
Free electricity. And what happened to him?
Inventing?
Discovering.
Okay.
Harnessing.
All right,
Look what
good.
happened to him.
Good.
Look what happened to all the guys that were messing around with hydrogen cars. Can't name a single one. Because they retired.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. Maybe one day. Mark Twain. Sorry, author Mark Twain.
Is that the guy that paints the walls?
In Longwood? Wait, what?
I don't know. Isn't that in Longwood? Oh, that's funny.
That was so specific.
Does he have a book about like painting walls or something?
Oh, I don't know. I just know Huckleberry Finn. Smoked 22 cigars a day. Granted, they were like cigarillos, basically. But
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
clarify that one.
yeah, I'm not trying to scare Jared off. Be like, oh, I can't beat that record.
Well, they were Robustos. It's really only like 11, right?
They were like, like short cigars.
It's really like what? 4 cigars? 5?
Yeah, realistically, like he's basically on par with us. What? Sigmund Freud, he had 20 cigars a day. Probably a similar situation.
Yeah, probably.
Because too, like back then, like, we talked about JFK, he had Petit Coronas. Most people were smoking like, little mini cigars. They weren't smoking like, Toros and Churchills. Winston Churchill was, obviously, but most popular cigar sizes were big cigarettes, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else we got on there?
Yeah. Let's move it along.
Winston Churchill.
Next.
I love how we all named controversial people, but you don't want to talk about them. That's pretty much it as far as like, the list goes. Winston Churchill. We don't talk about Winston Churchill because like everyone talks about Winston Churchill. You ask any cigar smoker, oh, who's Winston Churchill? Poser.
I think it's was that Joe Biden's like hero? I think Winston Churchill.
I don't know. Does he know who his hero is? If it's on tape,
there's no other president that has been his age in office except for Winston Churchill.
if we take if there's footage of it like pre 2018, we'll allow it. If it was anything he said after that, discredited. We all know that David Duke was his real hero. That's why he and Hillary Clinton got along so well. Oh, I don't know if I said Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth. If we're going to sports, one. Babe Ruth and Michael Jordan were the two sports ones on here.
Yeah, yeah.
I like both of them. Imagine baseball back then, dude. You ever think about that?
Dude. Yes.
Fuck, eating hot dogs on like a baseball field, smoking cigars.
We can do it today.
Like,
yeah, basically they just dip and chew
that
freaking
gum, like
Zens.
Yeah, like pussies.
Just imagine
String bubble
going to
gum.
one of those baseball games. Like, they're getting drunk on the field. You're getting drunk in the stands. Like,
We got to stay hydrated somehow.
would it be better or worse?
I think it'd be more fun. They'd play like shit, but it'd be way more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they'd get as angry as like everyone in the crowd too.
Plus, if drinking like that's really how you get the ninth inning, and you just keep going over time.
That's why they're like, I can't drive home now.
Tie the score. Keep going.
They're like, how long should this like match go for? I don't know. Like, let's just go until everyone's blackout drunk. 9 innings later. Can we go 10? No, I can't go to 10.
That's our limit. 9.
One more. I can't do it.
They're like, I did this, so I know my limit. All right.
That's why baseball's so funny to me. It's like you get the slowest athletes on the field.
I don't know how people watch baseball.
I
It's my personal opinion. All right. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
went to a college baseball game a few months ago. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to sit there for 9 innings.
I really can't talk because I watch golf and I like golf. And most people think that that's the boringest thing to watch in the world. But
I mean, we watch other people play video games. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, golf is good though. Because it's like, sometimes you got to go through the rough to get in the hole. You know what I mean?
I'm just surprised, like, more pro golfers aren't just smoking cigars, like, on the course.
I don't think they're allowed to.
I was going to say, like,
Yeah. It's like very strict. Golf is maintained at like a very high standard.
probably because it's all filmed, too. It's like,
Yeah. Even like the Masters, that's why everything, once you get a ticket. Oh, actually, I got to see if I got my ticket.
no invite.
Like everything in the Masters is like, everything's super cheap once you're there. Even the tickets are pretty cheap to get into. Like
Really?
they maintain but it's a lottery because so many people want to go.
And stand there for hours in the sun.
No, I'm just here to network, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let us know who your favorite cigar smoker is and why.
And why is it the Cigar Guys?
It better be.
Which cigar guy is your favorite? Comment below.
No, it's all right. We don't need to know all that.
Yeah,
We just
that's
put the
because you know
Cigar
it's
Guys.
not you.
Yeah, they know it's me. It's all right. We don't got to tell them, though. It's all right.
We all know it's Jared.
Zoom in right now. Zoom in.
We all know Jared's the favorite.
Well, I like to brag, but
Exactly.
I'll stay quiet on this one. Okay.
Across all genders, Jared's the favorite.
That is a true statement, probably.
I'm not going to fight you on it.
There's only 2. You only have to worry about 2.
It's true.
But yeah, say bye, everyone.
Bye,
See you later.
everyone.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cigar Guys Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the latest episodes. Looking for short-form content? Check out all our social media accounts in the description below. And now, a final word from our sponsors.
What if every cigar was considered vintage? What if every cigar that we made was that perfect experience? And so that passion drove us to create Sans Pareil, a cigar without equal. The inspiration between Sans Pareil is 100% all about quality. Everything that we enjoy in our cigars, everything from the tasting notes to the burn, to the aroma, to the way the cigar lights, to the packaging, everything is focused on Sans Pareil cigars. And that's where we came up with our name, Sans Pareil, which is French for without equal, unparalleled. And we take every cigar that we make to that level, making sure that if it isn't something that inspires you to do something more, then it's not part of the portfolio, and that's what drives us every day.